Hello everyone, I'm Professor Arvedi and welcome to your next data structure lecture. In this lecture, we will be discussing the ninth topic of your second module, that is infix to postfix implementation. We've already seen the theory behind infix to postfix, and in the previous lecture, we had seen the rules for conversion of infix to postfix. Now we would be straight away starting with the implementation using our C program ID. Okay, so I've kept the skeleton ready so that we'll be able to save time. So I need the corresponding files. I need string.h because I'll be working with one of the string manipulation function. Now the size of the stack is being kept appreciably high, so that will be able to cater to like bigger expressions. Similar structure, only the difference is now the character is used for creating the stack, because what will be pushed onto the stack would be characters. So it's a character stack that I'm using. Toss is still int, and this is my structure stack. Now the functions I don't need in detail because I would be using stack. It is not getting used in from the outside directly, or I won't be having the functions or rather the choices for the stack operations. Stack operations would be used directly by my internal function. Okay, so I'll be doing the same thing but without having a lot of detailing done. So for example, push, I've got a stack star t. Now by now all of you know it's a pointer to stack, and I'll be pushing char ele. The steps we used to go for is checking for overflow, which we will not do here. I would directly go for pushing. So pushing was first increment toss and then push the element. So see what I'm doing. T arrow s of plus plus T arrow toss equal to ELE. All of you know pre-increment. So this will first increment toss and then S of toss will be ELE. Now stack is empty when my T arrow toss is -1. So I would straight away compare it and will return it. Now pop. In pop we have to be a bit careful because it has to return the value. So either I can take a temporary variable like char z, which will be equal to T arrow S of T arrow toss. Okay, then I would decrement toss and I can return z. Or else you can even first decrement toss and then return instead of toss, you can return toss plus 1, if at all you understood what I said. Otherwise this straightforward approach is also good enough. Stack top, so return T arrow S of T arrow toss. Fine, so that way display I don't need. So that way I had implemented my stack depending on the requirement. Now there is a priority function. If you remember, opening bracket, we have kept highest priority, but it is not being kept here because we will not check its priority. Whenever we get the incoming opening bracket, we'll straight away push it. Otherwise, the multiplicative operator has got the highest one, that is 2. Additive operator has got the lesser one, that is 1. And opening brackets priority, which is in stack priority here, is least. So that's the reason we have kept it as 0. This return -1 we need to do to satisfy the C programming logic, because if it doesn't match with any of the case, then it would return -1. Then there is one function isOperand, which also we have implemented instead of working with the inbuilt function. So my given character would be operand if it is between A to Z for small case or A to Z for capital case. And now we start with the actual convert function. So it is taking infix string, so char star in, or even it could be in bracket or char post bracket. So currently infix contains the infix string, which is being given by main, and currently post is an empty array in which I'll be placing the output. So I declare the variable of a stack which is being created earlier. Okay, I need these variables. L is the string length of the given infix, and K is for the storing purpose, as you will see. I take some char ele handy for storing the value which is being popped. X dot toss is made -1 and the for loop starts. So for I equals 0, I less than L, I plus plus. I've just kept the skeleton ready. So based on the rules, we have to fill up the gaps. So if in of I is equal to opening bracket. So you remember, if it is an opening bracket, you should by default push without checking anything. So pushing on stack, that is ampersand x, and what I have to push? Enough I. Okay. Else, if enough I is a closing bracket, if you remember, then I have to pop till I get opening bracket. So see, how do we design this? So I'll say simply while one, I'll pop it first in ELE. So if the popped value, that is ELE, happens to be the opening bracket, then I got what I wanted. So I will break. Otherwise, isn't it that ELE which is being popped must be the part of the result? So see, post is where I'm going to store my result. K is what I start storing from, and that will be ELE. But after I store at K, I obviously have to have K getting incremented. So, again, that is a post increment, which would work. Okay, so that is what I'll do when I get a closing bracket. So far we had done, if it is opening bracket, push. If it is a closing bracket, then pop till you get opening bracket. And whatever you pop in between, you should be obviously placing in your result. Now, if it is an operand enough I is as good as when it is true. If operand, then print. What do you mean by print here? Obviously, store. So this enough I will be stored. Okay. Then we go ahead with the rest. Now, if it is not opening, if it is not closing, if it is not operand, then it has to be operator. So the very first thing I check is if the stack is empty. If the stack is empty, and when I got an operator, I simply push. Okay. But else means I got an operator, but stack is not empty now. So I will compare. If the priority of incoming operator is greater than priority of residing operator, then you know the rule. Then the incoming operator can be straight away push. Okay, else. Now else means incoming operator is not greater than residing. So incoming operator is obviously either less or equal. So we've got a very important rule there which we've learned. While stack is not empty, so is empty returns 0, and while the priority of incoming operator is less than or equal to priority of residing. How do I get residing? Stack top ampersand x. That is ampersand x ka closing bracket, priority ka closing bracket, and while ka closing bracket. Okay. So while that is the case, you have to pop. So pop the stack till this is true. So pop and print. Print means obviously store. Okay, and once you come out of the while loop, that means you obviously are going to pop till the stack is not empty and till the incoming is less than or equal to residing. So obviously when the while loop will get over, when the stack either becomes empty or when incoming becomes greater. In both these cases, I can push the incoming. So push enough I. Okay, and that's the end of this else, and that's the end of this for loop. Remember, we had a last part that if the expression is over and something is left in the stack, we have to pop and print. So if is empty is still 0, so ELE equal to pop, then post of k plus plus is equal to ELE, and so everything's done, all rules are obviously being implemented. So finally my post, which is currently a character array, I'm placing all my output in that. As per the rule of C, I have to assign at the end null character. So my post rather will be considered as a string, and hence I'm doing post of k equal to null. Okay, that's a part required by C programming. Now in main, I simply have to create two strings, infix and postfix. I'll be accepting infix expression. Okay, maybe I'm using getS. We can even use a simple scanf. Then I'm calling convert by passing infix as well as the empty string postfix. So when I come out of the convert, my answer will be available in postfix. That's it. So that is how I'll be doing the conversion. Let us do the testing. Okay, let us start with the simple expressions. Let me put a plus b. Obviously I should get ab plus. Okay, so let us say a plus b into c. So again b into c is having higher priority, so it should be a bc star plus. Perfect. Okay, let us take another one which is simple. So it is a into b plus c, so it should be ab star c plus. Perfect. Now if I put a bracket around it, let's say a into in bracket b plus c. Now you've seen when the brackets were not there, it came as ab star c plus, but now b plus c should be done first, so it should be a bc plus star. Perfect. And maybe I guess this is enough, but just one more to conclude. So let's say m into q plus j, or let us say m plus q into in bracket j minus d, okay, plus z divided by p. Okay, so now as per the rule, j minus d should be done first, so it should be q into jd minus, so q jd minus star m q jd minus star and then zp slash plus. So it should be m q jd minus star plus zp slash plus, mq jd minus star plus zp slash plus. So it is obviously working. You can very well, once you implement, you can even try to like work with bigger expressions. You already have solved expressions, you can very well check them on this particular program. Fine, so this is how we can do infix to postfix implementation. Okay, even though there are 6 different conversions possible, as per the scope of our syllabus, we would be focusing more on the conversion of infix to postfix, and hence we have done the implementation of the same. Okay, so you can very well apply maybe a bit of more logic, and for maybe improvising your programming skills, you can even try doing the other conversions as well. Fine. In the further lectures, we would be looking at the other applications of stack, and once stack is over, we would be going for queues, because the same module contains stack as well as the concept of queues. Fine. So that's it for the current lecture. Okay. Thank you.